guys, I was trying to think of a fun video that I could do because I don't really have a plan, and I just sort of came up with this tag in like 1 minute. I'm going to call it the YouTuber homeroom tag. So basically it's going to be 10 questions and you're going to pick different YouTubers, and it's like we're in a classroom, you know, in homeroom, and you know, you're going to assign different, you know, student roles to people who you think would fit that character. Number 1, who would be the teacher? I'm gonna have to say probably Carly Stiles, because I think she does teach or something sometimes, but aside from that, I feel like she is always trying to teach her viewers something about like fitness or something like that. So I'm gonna go with Carly Stiles. So she'd be the teacher at the front of the room. And who would be the teacher's pet is the next question. I would probably pick maybe Ingrid, Miss Glamorazzi. And not in a negative way, just in like, I feel like she would be so organized. I feel like that's just who she is from what I see in the videos. I don't know her, she doesn't know me, but I would assume that she has everything quite together and would have like, would have like every book in order and like her pencil. You know what I mean? Do you know that? I mean, you know, that's a good thing though. That's a good thing. So, calm down. I love her, but I'm just saying, Who would you throw a spitball at? I'm not exactly a spitball thrower, but for this tag, I guess I have to be. I came up with the tag, so there you go. I would throw a spitball if I had to at Chelsea. That's her name. I don't have a speech problem. Her username is Chelsea. But I would throw a spitball at her just because I feel weird picking anyone else. At least I know who, you know, we sort of know each other, so I mean, I would feel weird throwing a spitball at like Zoella, you know, because she doesn't know me, and I feel like she would not receive that well. Who would throw a spitball at you? I know exactly who would throw a spitball at me. Exactly. Like, I didn't even have to think about this one. My brother, from Pretty Much It, would absolutely throw a spitball at me and push my chair over before I sit down so I fall on the floor in front of probably Jack and Finn, knowing him and my luck. Who would pull the fire alarm? This reminds me so much of that episode of Hey Arnold with the peanut butter and the fire alarm. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. I think I know who would pull the fire alarm, and I don't know why. I just feel like I feel like he would almost probably do it accidentally, would be Austin Null of the Knive Knolls. I feel like he would either do it on purpose for the views, or do it on accident and just be like, oh, my bad. Like, I feel like he'd be leaning against the thing and then he'd pull the fire alarm and we'd be like, Austin, really? Who would cut every class? I feel like Joey Graceffa, I'm gonna have to pick for this one. I mean, he's got better things to do, people. Do you understand? Like, he's got better things to do. So I don't expect him to sit in class. I don't. So I expect him to, like, or if he's gonna show up on, like, the test day, I feel like he would, like, sort of roll in and have, like, a leather jacket on and, like, Ray-Bans and just, like, lean in the door and be like, I'm here. Or wait, no, wait. No, the teacher would be taking attendance, and he wouldn't be there, and then she'd be like, Joey Graceffa, and then it'd be like 2 minutes, and she'd be like about to write absent, and then he'd open the door in the wardrobe that I mentioned before with the leather jacket and the Ray-Bans, and he'd just sort of like lean against the door and be like, present, and then we'd be like, ooh, it's Joey. Who would fall asleep in class? For this one, I would pick Mamrie Hart. 1, because I love her. 2, because I feel like she would be hungover. Who would be too involved in gym class? You know the kid who always goes way too hard in gym, like way too hard, and everyone's sort of like afraid that they're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna pick Shay Carl for this, because he would be. I'm sure he was, and I'm sure he would be in a class of YouTubers. He would be like all in, and you'd be vlogging it, so he would like go double, and I think he could possibly cause injuries to everyone. which is admirable, really. He's a motivated guy, and all he has to do, it's like in Back to the Future, you know, all someone has to say is like, are you chicken? I bet like Michael Buckley would say to Shay Carl before gym class, like, oh, I bet you can't score a goal, and then Shay, you know, Charles Trippy would be like, Shay, brush it off, don't listen to him, don't listen to him. And then Michael Buckley would be like, are you chicken? And then Shay would like turn around, and then Charles Trippy would be like, no! And then Shay would be like, you're on. And then Michael Buckley would watch, and Charles Trippy would watch. And we would all watch Shay fight to his demise. The next question is, who would ask to copy your homework? I'm going to go with Jenna Marbles, because I would assume that she didn't care, even though she went to like a really great school, by the way, which I'm aware of. I feel like at this point, she'd be like, you know, considering the fact that she already has a degree from a great school, she would be wondering why she's in a classroom with a bunch of YouTubers, as we all would be. And then she would just say, I don't care. Can I have your homework? And then I would be like, I wasn't paying attention. I mean, Jack and Finn are in class, so I have nothing. Last question is, who would you want to be project partners with when the teacher says, pick a partner? And luckily she doesn't assign partners. Who is the teacher again? Oh yeah, Carly. Thanks, Carly. I'm gonna pick Kingsley, because I love him, and that's it. Like, he's awesome. So that's who I'm gonna pick, and I feel like we would be equally confused on what the heck we're supposed to do. So those are my answers. I hope you guys like this tag. I literally came up with it in like 1 minute, and I think it's fun. I'm gonna tag some people. I'll like tweet them the video, I guess. And you know, if you want to do the video, please do. And yeah, so that's it. Bye!